These are topic tests to help you gauge your preparation topic wise. Once you're done with the basic concepts, you should take this test to analyze or assess where you are with respect to exam preparation in the topic. Once you're done with the topic test, you should look at this video to get an idea of or a perspective of what would have been a good attempt, which questions might have been looked at, which ones not. And again, if you like the test, there are more than 200 such topic tests available on the Bodhee Prep Android app. The link for the app is in the description below. Download the app and you can get access to all the topic tests and their analysis. This topic test specifically is simple interest, compound interest based. Test number 5, as mentioned in the app. Overall, this test was probably a moderate to maybe an easy to moderate, but say overall moderate level of difficulty. 6 to 7 questions would have been attempted in this test out of 10, and the attempt time would be somewhere in between 21 to 24 minutes. The questions which were to be attempted were not very high in calculation, and therefore maybe 21 to 24 minutes the attempt time. If you look at the questions individually, this is question number 1. So one says, a sum of rupees 1440 is lent out in 3 parts such a way that the interest in the first part is at 2% for 3 years, second 3% for 4 years, third 4% for 5 years are equal. The difference between the largest and the smallest sum is. Now, it does not say whether the interest is simple or compound. Therefore, I'm assuming that the interest is simple interest. Suppose the 3 sums lent are A, B, C. Interest on the first one will be 2% for 3 years. So 6% of A will be equal to 3% of for 4 years, so 12% of B will be equal to 4% for 5 years, so 20%, 4 5 are 20% of C, which means 6A is equal to 12B is equal to 20C. If we equate this to, say, the LCM of 6, 12, and 20, that is 60K, we can say that 6A is equal to 60K. Therefore, A is equal to 10K. 12B is equal to 60K. Therefore, B is equal to 5K. And 20C is equal to 60K. Therefore, C is equal to 3K. Now, if we look at ABC, we realize ABC are in the ratio 10K is to 5K dot C. 5K is to 3K, or 10 is to 5 is to 3. We have to find out the difference between the largest and the smallest sum. The difference between the largest and the smallest sum will be 10 minus 3. 7 upon 10 plus 5 plus 3, which is 18 into the sum, which is 1440. So 18 8s are 144, 7 8s are 56, therefore 560. So concept of simple interest and ratios involved, but overall I think easy question, simple calculation, 1.5 to 2 minutes should be able to solve this question. An amount of 1 lakh is invested into 2 types of shares. So 1 lakh divided into 2 types of shares. The first yields 9% per annum and the second yields 11% per annum. If the total interest at the end of the year is 9,3/4. Now, if there are two investments at 2 different rates and the overall rate is 9,3/4, we can simply alligate the 3. So basically, we're allocating 911 to get an overall rate of 9,3/4. 9,3/4 in fraction is 9 4 36 and 39. Overall rate is 39/4. And this we get from 9 and 11. 9 can be written as 36/4. 11 can be written as 44/4. So if we subtract, we get 3/4 here and we get 5/4 here. So the principal has to be split in the ratio 5:3. Then the amount invested in each share was. Now 5:3. So 5/8 of 1 lakh will be 12500. Therefore 62500, and this will be 37500. 1 lakh minus 62,500, which is 37,500. Simple allegation to get the answer. Or what you could have done was you could have said, if the amount here is X, here it will be 1 lakh minus X, and therefore 9% of X plus 11% of 1 lakh minus X is equal to overall rate, which will be 9,3/4% of 1 lakh. From here, we can solve for X. We'll still get 62,500 as the answer. Since it's an easy question, simple interest or allegation, as you want to attempt it. But again, solving time not more than probably 1.5 odd minutes. The compound interest on a certain sum of money for 2 years at 10% is 525. The simple interest on the same money for double the time and half the rate percent per annum is. Double the time, half the rate percent per annum. So time is 4 years, rate is 5%. We have to find the principal. Or what we can also do is, see, simple interest for 4 years and 5%, P into 4 into 5 will be the same as principal for 2 years at 10%. 4 5s are 20, 2 10s are 20. So instead of this, we can simply find simple interest for 2 years at 10%. Now, the compound interest is 525. Suppose the principal initially was 100x, which means in the first year, the interest will be 10x, 10% of 100x. In the second year, interest will be 10x on principal plus 10% of 10x, that is 1x on the interest of the first year. So compound interest will be a total of 21x. This is given as 525. So 525. So x becomes 525 by 21, which will be divisible. If we divide by 7, 7 sevens are 49, 3 5 7 5 is 35, divided by 25. Of course, 25. Yes. So x is equal to 25. So the principal is nothing but 2500. Or what we can simply say is the simple interest for 2 years and 10% will simply be 10x and 10x. This part will not be there. So 20x. So 20 into 25, which is 500, or we can take principal as 2500, take the time as 4, rate as 5%, and calculate interest, will still come out to 500. Basically, it was about comparing SICI because the numbers are not very difficult. Let's say moderate level of question, solving time maybe 1.5 to 2 minutes. Shashi had a certain amount of money. He invested 2/3 of the total money in scheme A for 6 years and the rest of the money in scheme B for 2 years. So 2/3 of the money, scheme A, 6 years. Rest of the money, that is 1/3 of the money, scheme B, 2 years. Scheme A offers simple interest at 12% per annum, SI at 12%, and scheme B offers interest compounded annually at the rate of 10% per annum, CI at 10%. If all total interest obtained from both schemes is 2750, what is the total amount invested by him in scheme A and scheme B together? Okay. Suppose the total investment is 3x. 2/3 of this will be 2x. 1/3 of this will be x. So the interest from scheme A will be principal into rate into time upon 100. If you look at the second scheme x will increase by 10% in the first year and then again by 10% in the second year. So the value will become, here it will be 1.1x, here it will be 1.21x. So the interest will be 1.21x minus x, which is 0.21x. Basically, x into 1 plus 10 upon 100 raised to power 2 will be the amount at the end of the 2 years. 10 upon 100 is 1 by 10. 1 plus 1 by 10 is 11 by 10, which is 1.1. Square of 1.1 is 1.21x. So the interest will be amount minus principal. So we can say 0.21x is the interest on the second scheme. Total, this is 2750. So this will be 72 to 144. 1.44x plus 0.21x is equal to 2750, which means 165. 1.65x is equal to 2750, which means x is equal to 2750 into 100 upon 165 to accommodate for the decimals, and then multiplying this by 3, because at the end of the day, we have to find the answer of 3x. So this is what we have to solve for, dividing by 3, 6, 11, 12. This becomes 55. 55 5s are 275. So 50 into 100. So 3x becomes 5,000. So what is the total amount? Total amount is 3x, which comes out to 5,000. Hence option D. Again, managing the second part, that is the interest of the scheme B, might be a bit of a challenge. Therefore, I'm saying moderate. Also, the solving time should be somewhere around 2.5 odd minutes. So that is for me on a bit of the higher side, and therefore moderate level of question. Under the rural housing scheme, the Delhi Development Authority DT allotted a house to Kamal Raj at 126100. This is the upfront payment. This payment is to be made in 3 equal annual installments. If the money is reckoned at 5% annum compound interest, which of the following must be the amount paid by Raj in each installment? We know that the amount of loan upfront is equal to investment upon 1 plus R upon 100 for the first installment, installment upon 1 plus R upon 100 raised to power 2 for the second installment, installment upon 1 plus R upon 100 raised to power 3 for the third installment. Simple. Basically, what we're doing is we are taking the X value of installment and finding out its equivalent for the first year, adding them. That should be equal to the loan that is given. So 1261 27 0 is equal to X upon this becomes 1 upon 20. 21 by 20 plus X upon 21 by 20 whole squared plus X upon 21 by 20 whole cube. Multiplying by 21 upon 20 whole cube, we will get 21 upon 20 whole square X plus 21 upon 20 X plus X. And of course, here we'll have 126100. 21 cube. 21 cube is 9261. So this becomes 126100 into 21 into 21 into 21 upon 20 into 20 into 20. This is equal to, if you look at the right hand side, we can write it as, take the LCM as 400. So this will be 441x plus, from here we'll get 20 into 20. So this becomes 20 square basically, LCM, plus, so this will be 420 plus 20 square, therefore 400x. Taking the LCM as 400, adding the values on the right hand side, 441 plus 420, 441 plus 420 plus 400, which will be 1261. So this is 1261 x upon 400. Therefore, 1261 cancel. We left with 100 here. 400, so this gets cancelled. So x becomes 9261, which is the cube of 21. 0 upon 20. 0 cancel. So 92610 upon 2. 92 will be 46. 305. 46305 becomes the value of x. So the each installment will have a value of 46305. Again, even though the concept of installment will be clear, the calculation can be cumbersome, and therefore I'm saying a moderate question will easily consume up to 3 minutes of time. What equal installment of annual payment will discharge a debt which is due as rupees 848 at the end of 4 years? So start of time, t is equal to 0. Year 1 ends, t is equal to 1. Year 2 ends, t is equal to 2. Year 3 ends, t is equal to 3. Year 4 ends. At this point, amount due is 848. Suppose a payment of x is made after each year. The value of this will be, this will get interest of 4% for 1 to 3 years. For 3 years. This x will get interest of 4% for 2 years. This x will get 4% for 1 year. And finally, x is paid at the end of the 4th year. The sum of all of these values should be equal to 848. So we can say 848 plus 848 is equal to, getting 4% for 3 years means 4 into 3, 12% interest we are getting, which means the value of x will become x into 1.12, 1 plus 12 upon 100. 4% of for 2 years means x into 1.08. 4 twos are 8. 4% for 1 year means x into 1.04. And finally, this x. 848 will be equal to x into 1.12 plus 1.08 plus 1.04 plus 1. So 848 will be equal to x into 2.2, 3.2, 3.24, 4.24, 4.24. So x will be nothing but 848 into 100 upon 424. Why into 100? I am removing a decimal. So this becomes 2 and therefore x becomes 200. So paying 200 at the end of each year will dispose of or discharge a debt which is due after 4 years and has a value of 848 at the end of 4 years. Again, since simple interest is involved, therefore I am saying easy to moderate. Calculating overall rate for simple interest is easier. Writing the multiplying factor is much easier. And therefore easy to moderate should be solved in about 2 odd minutes. A sum of money which when given on compound interest at 18% per annum would fetch 960 more when interest is paid half yearly. When it is paid annually for 2 years is closest to. For 2 years, the sum of money 960 amount at P principal and 18% rate will be P plus P into 1 plus 18 upon 100 raised to power 2. When this is done at simple interest, A dash will be P into 1 plus 18 by 2 into 100 raised to power 4 in 2 years because there will be 4 half year period. So this becomes A dash is equal to P into 1 plus 9 upon 100 raised to power 4. Now, if you look at the difference between A and A dash, it is 960. So I can say A dash minus A is equal to 960, which will be equal to P into this becomes 109. 109 by 100 raised to power 4 minus P into 118 upon 100 raised to power 2. Therefore, we can say 960 is equal to P into. Now, this can be written as 109 upon 100 whole squared square of this minus 118 upon 100 squared. This becomes a square minus b square. So P into 109 upon 100 square plus 118 upon 100. Sorry. Into 109 upon 100 squared minus 118 upon 100. This is the value. Solving this will give us 11881 11881 alone from here. Now 109 square will be 1 various multiplying a number close to 100. We take the 9 nines are 81, 9 plus 9 18 and 1. So it will be 11881. So this becomes P into 11881 upon 100 into 100. This will become plus 11800 taking LCM into 11881 minus 11800 upon 10000. Therefore, P will be 960 into 10000 into 10000 upon that this difference here will come out to 81. That's it. And the sum here will come out to 118 into 2, which will be 236. 23681. If we have to solve this, we will not get a proper answer. As in, definitely not an integer. Now, if we have to solve this, 4, 9 for the 36, 9 for the 36. if we have to approximate this, 8 to the 16, 23681, 1000, 10,000, 23,000. This will be approximately 2.4. 2.96 upon 2.4 will be approximately 40, or this will be 400, and 400 upon 18 will be approximately 5, approximate. So approximately P will be 50,000. From the expression, it is clear we will not get an integral answer, but the closest answer will be 50,000. Again, the problem with this question for me is the calculation is such that I'm not getting a proper answer, and therefore may not be something that I would want to do in an examination, especially when the calculator is not there. And therefore, I'm saying moderate. Solving time would be 2.5 to 3 odd minutes. A sum of money at a certain rate per annum of simple interest doubles in 5 years, and at a different rate becomes 3 times in 12 years. The lower rate of interest is. Now, if it doubles in 5 years, so P in 5 years, so 2P in 10 years, it will triple in 10 years. We just have to find the rate for the second part, but let us find the rate for both of them and confirm. Principal doubling means P becoming 2P, which means simple interest is amount minus principal, which is P. So for the first case, we can write simple interest is equal to principal into rate into time upon 100. P and P cancel. Rate becomes 20% in the first year. P becomes 3P, means simple interest is amount minus principal, and therefore simple interest is equal to P into R into T upon 100. P and P cancel. 2 6 are 12. So R becomes 100 upon 6, which is nothing but 16 2 by 3. Hence option D, the lower interest rate per annum. Again, easy question. Basic application of the formula for simple interest should not take more than 2 minutes to solve. A certain sum invested at 4% per annum compound interest, compounded half yearly, amounts to rupees 7803. So principal 6 months 2%, another 6 months 2%, half of the rate will amount to 7803. We have to find the sum, or we can write amount is equal to principal into 1 plus 4 upon 2 into 100, because it is being compounded half yearly, raised to power 2 for 1 year, which means 7803 is equal to P into, this becomes 250, 51 by 50 whole squared. Therefore, P will be 7803 into 50 into 50 upon 51 into 51. Dividing 7803 by 51, hoping we get an answer. 517803, because all the options are integral, so I'm trying. 51 ones are 51, 270, 5s are 255. This will be 6153. 3s are 153. And therefore, this gives us 153, which again divided by here will give us 3. 345. 75, sorry. And therefore, P will be nothing but 3 5s are 15 into 5, 7500. Hence, option C becomes the answer. Again, conceptually easy. The calculation might be a little uncomfortable, because 7803 is not a number that upfront looks like it is divisible. And so I'm saying moderate, but once you do strike it, you'll realize not more than 2 minutes to solve the question. One can purchase a flat from a house building society at rupees 55,000 cash, or on terms that he should pay 4275 as cash down payment. Therefore, the remaining part out of 55,000, if we pay 4275 down payment, the loan that we are taking is 725. This completes 50725 is the loan that we are taking. If for a down payment of 55, or for a payment of 55,000, we put a down payment of 4275. And get the rest in 3 equal half yearly installments. The society charges interest at the rate of 16% per annum, compounded half yearly. So 3 installments means XXX. They will be charged at 8% half yearly, So what we can do is we can find the present value of these installments and equate it to the loan. The loan is 50725 is equal to x. The first installment will be x upon 1 plus 8 upon 100. This will be the present value. X upon 1 plus 8 upon 100 square. This will be the value of the second installment. And 1 upon 8 upon 100 cube will be the value of the third installment. This becomes again the formula for installment. So this can be written as 4, 2 by 25, 2 by 25, 2 by 25. So basically, this is nothing but 50725 is equal to 1 plus 2 by 25 will be 27 by 25. So 25x upon 27 plus 25 square. 25 square upon 27 square into x plus 25 cube into 27 cube into x. Now, if we multiply throughout by 27 cube into 25 cube, will 25 cube be needed? 25 cube, 625, 3125, 15625, 15625. Not a multiple. So what we do, we take the LCM on the left hand side. 50725 is equal to 27 cube. This becomes 27 square into 25 x plus 27 into 25 square x plus this will be 25 cube x. So 50725 into 27 cube, 7 3 20, 29, 63, 3 is equal to 27 square into 25. 27 square is 729, sorry. 729 into 25 is what I am trying to do. 729 into 25 will come out to 5, 4, 4, 3, 6, 8, 58, 14. 5, 2, 1, 2, 8, 18225. So 18225x plus 27 into 25 square. Now 25 square is 625 into 27. 625 into 27 will come out to 753, 714, 7143. This will be 1250. So 5786, 16875x, 16875x plus 25 cube. 25 cube I know is 15625. 15625x. Now, if we add these three, I'm just removing some of the calculations. Again, in the CAT examination, this would be a good question to put in the calculator. But if we do not have a calculator, what do we do? 168,715,15625. This will 15, 5, carry forward 1, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 2, carry forward 1, 8, 10, 16, 17, 7, carry forward 1, 8, 14, 15, 20, 0, carry forward 2, 50725, and that's it. So 50725 into 27 cube is equal to 50725x. X 5075 cancels. The value of the installment x is simply 27 cube. 27 cube is 729 into 27 or 729 into 27. 729 is the power of 3. 729 into 3 is 2187. 2187 into 3 will be 6561 into 3. So basically what I'm doing is 729 into 27. So I multiplied this by 3 once, then again by 3 twice, and then by 3. So this will come out to 3881. 19683. 19683 becomes the answer. Option C. Again, conceptually, it's a straightforward concept. The formula is there. Calculating time increases the difficulty of this question. So I think moderate, about 3.5 minutes to solve. Now, overall, if we talk about the test, the level of difficulty, as I mentioned in the beginning of the test, the level of difficulty overall will be moderate, but 6 to 7 questions can be looked at because there were at least 3 or 4 questions which were easy or easy to moderate. Once we do that, we're just looking at 2, 3 questions to take the overall attempt to 6 or 7. Ideal time, as I said, will be 21 to 24 minutes because there were some questions which required calculation. Earlier, the early questions did not require that much of calculation. Which will be the questions that I would look at? I would look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, and 9. Just to have a look at these questions. Definitely this one, basic concept of ratio. This one, basic concept of allegation. This one, again, because similar questions have been done earlier multiple times. I would have done this one as well because there was ratio involved and then just one equation. Here, calculations might have been a problem, so might have left it. This was easy. Simple interest installments are easier than compound interest, so 6 I would have done. Again, calculation was a bit of a problem, so might have left it. And in the end, finally, we're not even getting an answer in integer. So therefore, because of calculation, may not have attempted this one. 18. This was a straightforward question. Just put in simple interest formula and you get the answer. So definitely this one. Uh, could have done this as well because the calculation was not that difficult. 2%, we got 51, and then dividing by 51, we got the answer. So maybe this could have been attempted as well. Maybe the seventh question that could have been attempted. Therefore, 6 to 7. This had a good amount of calculations, so may have been left. Hence, as I said, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, and then maybe 9 would give you an attempt of about 7 questions, which can easily be done in about 21 odd minutes.